Hey guys, welcome to this new video. So in this video we are going to see about various animation, various batting styles and the areas which they can score, which they are good at scoring, the scoring areas for certain animations. So like you guys know, there are 5 kind of batting styles in this game, which are Warner animation, then there is Smith animation, then there is Maxwell, then there is Travis head animation, and there is one generic animation which doesn't replicate anybody but is just there, to bring in some variety. So first one we will be seeing the Smith animation. So let's get on to that. So when it comes to Smith animation, the main areas where you can score are squarer regions, like the point region, point and cover region on the off side, and the square leg mid wicket region on the leg side. Those are the main areas of scoring with Smith. Okay, so right now the delivery is at good length, foolish length in between that, and you can see the momentum towards the ball with Smith animations is very much visible when you are playing the square shot. See that he's able to angle it away, he's able to cover the line well, and he's able to play because of the switch he has, the stance he has. He goes one step away after the ball is delivered, so that helps him to cover the line well and hit it on the offside. So like I said, he just can score over the wider region of the offside, the squarish region. So it's similar to that in the leg side as well. So he can do that flick towards the mid wicket, even the fine leg region. So everything is possible with Smith animation. See that he can cover the line pretty well. So yeah, the flick of the leg is very much common with Smith animation. As you can see the shots, he is very fluent on the leg side, just like in real life. So in that aspect, Smith animation exploit the leg side region, and all the big V on the square region basically. So that is the main areas to score more runs with Smith animation. Yes, you can score towards the V as well, but the chances of getting the edge is more because his footwork is more lean towards the ball, so he can get the outside edge towards the slips. It's not like he will not be able to play there, but it's a risky area, that's all I'm saying. And the other part where you can play the shots is the back foot area is very good for Smith animation, and that punch along with the back foot flat batted towards the point region, those shots are really good. So even the flat batted shots of Smith is very good, so you can use that area, that shot, but it went very wide. See that shot? That shot can be used towards the point region and even backward point region, or even to the third man region. See that it went finer. So that animation, that shot is possible with Smith animation mainly. So in this, what's the weakness, if you ask me, is the room is when the batsman animation is cramped up for room. See that shot? It feels good when it's connected well, but the same shot which gets you lot of runs towards the extra cover region gets you the edge when the ball deviates away from the batsman. He just cramps himself up for room in the last point. Just if the ball deviates a bit, then you are there for getting the edge. It's very, very small region which you have to work with. If you are a good timer of the ball, then you can use that to score towards the extra cover and other regions. But with regards to getting edge with that shot, the possibility is very high. So that is the main weakness for, see that? Cramped him up, inside edge, and went for boundary. So that is the main areas for Smith animations. Okay. So now coming on to head animation. In this animation, the main the main areas of scoring, like I said with Smith animation, it's very similar, but the main difference when it comes to head animation is the length to which you attack, to which you play. It's the squarer regions, and you can score a lot through the mid-wicket region because the angle of the bat comes on really well to the mid-wicket region. But what difference there is when compared to Smith animation here is you can't go chasing the wider balls. If the ball is wide and if you are trying to score the the cover shot, the chances of you edging that towards the slip is very high because he has a very very open face, but in the end he tries to angle the bat like towards the leg side. So in that you can get the edge because he is slightly closing the face of the bat at the last moment. If that shot happens, then it's fine. But if if this shot happens where he's playing like a flick shot towards the cover region, that animation is something which can get you the edge. But again, the scoring zone for Travis Head animation is also similar. See that? Exactly what I said. Inside, when ball was coming in and I played towards the cover region, because he is closing the fade with the angle, the ball hits the edge here. The ball hits the edge inside and goes for the edge. And it can happen to the same like when you are playing towards the cover, the ball edges away and goes to the slips. So this difference in the animation is the main thing you have to see. But again, just aim for deliveries which are very full so that you cover the line pretty well. So same delivery, if it's full, then you have better chances of covering the line well. So the same shot, what you need to do to not edge that much is selecting the length. So if this length is slightly fuller than what we played before, then he will be able to cover the line pretty well, and then the chances of edge lowers a bit. But yeah, you do have the risk of getting inside edged a lot with this animation because he is trying to play away from the body. There is a lot of gap between the bat and pad, so those things you have to be very careful of, because if the length is really full and the ball is coming into the batsman, you are definitely in for trouble of getting out or getting inside edged onto the ball or something like that. See that? Again inside edge, because the ball is coming in and I'm not covering the line pretty well. So this risk is there with the head animation, but it's again the place you score pretty well with head animation. So coming on to the leg side, as I said, mid-wicket region is the main region where you can keep scoring a lot. He plays like the late flick which gets the good momentum. See that flick? So that flick, if you are timing it well, it will go for a boundary. See that? It's a very nice looking flick because he just hits the middle of the bat, but the bat coming at speed gets you the momentum as well. So even for the leg side shots, you will see it like a flick. See that? He hits it and takes the bat away. But in this, the one issue is if you mistime it, you are a proper LBW candidate then. That's the main issue with the flick shot. If I don't time it well, then you are right in the stump line. This is an animation where the shots are away from the body. Alright, it is like a combination of Maxwell and Smith animation. So you have to aim your shots accordingly, and if the movement is not that much, then open up the different sides of the ground and play the shots. But the main areas are square regions, like I said before. Yes, you can play the straight drive again, but if he tries to play the push one where he can edge the ball seaming away, that becomes a concern. But yeah, every animation is not like you are restricted to only certain regions. You can open up to all regions, but the thing I'm talking about is areas where you can score more because of the animation advantages. So For Travis head, it's those things. See that? That's the one I am talking about. I mistimed that, so it edged. So those kind of things are with Travis head. You can open up pretty well with this animation. Again, it's I mean, back foot wise, is pretty similar to Smith animation. So that is for Travis head animation. All right. So coming on to Maxwell animation, the main difference with Travis head and Maxwell animation is the switch you have, which you have while taking the stance, the one step which he takes, after the ball is delivered. Apart from that, it's pretty similar, but the range of shots is pretty wide for Maxwell in this game. But again, the issue is you have to select the right length, because again it is an animation where the shots are played away from the body, so chances of edges are there. But if you are executing it well and you know what kind of delivery is coming at you, then you have a lot better chance of scoring a lot of runs with Maxwell animations. But one issue is, if the length is not that full, then it can hit top of the bat and you can get those deliveries which are not that good to see. So again, the areas, square regions and mid-wicket region especially. See that shot? Mid-wicket region, the angle of the bat is so good with Maxwell animation that you definitely can aim for that region a lot, and extra cover as well, because away from the body, see that? So again, like you saw in the Travis head animation, the flick uses the bat angle pretty well and covers the line as well. But yeah, if you mistime it, LBW candidate will say hello to you. So yeah, mid-wicket region, main one. And square leg region is usually an area where Maxwell is pretty good at, even in real life. So yeah, you can make use of both the regions. All right. So leg side, those kind of shots. For offside, it's similar to Travis head, away from the body. You get that animation, you are fine. If it's the flick animation, then you get an issue of getting the edge. But when the trigger of that shot will happen, you don't know. So with Maxwell animation for the offside, if you are hitting it away from the body when the ball is really wide, definitely play it pretty well, because he has a nice fluent action for the cover drive shot. So again, the same cover drive can be used for from cover drive towards backward point region. So those full area you can cover up with the cover drive animation the Maxwell animation has. So it's very advantageous animation for playing it for a very wide range on the offside and leg side. Again, the straight region is accessible, but yeah, you are always a candidate of cotton behind in this game. So that's why I'm not concentrating too much on the straight region, because straight region anybody can play. But with these animations, the area which opens up is pretty wide with Maxwell animations. Because even if the ball is this full, see that the fluency with which he hits that towards the extra cover region it's so elegant, and he can score towards the extra cover with a lofted shot as well. He has the power the animation has the power, because foot is going towards the ball and you are lofting it in the direction where you want to, and if you time it very well, a 6 is guaranteed then. So you can practice a lot of things with Maxwell animation, but you have to be careful of the ball going away. If you are in this range, so if you are in this range, the batting range, if you are in this range, you are fine. But if the ball is here and you are trying to go here, the angle becomes angled bat, the vertical bat becomes slightly horizontal bat, and then the chance of edge comes up. So only for those kind of things you have to be careful with Maxwell. Otherwise, It's a pretty good animation package you get with Maxwell animation. So one thing you have to be careful, if the ball is closer to the body. So I showed you the cramped up animation for Smith now. So for Maxwell, it's not cramped up, but since the the animation is away from the body, if the ball comes in or seams in, you're in for trouble with getting LBW or bowled. But if you are able to cover the line well, then definitely you can hit it, because it's a slightly risky shot, if you ask me. But yeah, he has a very good range of shots in comparison with other batsmen. Maxwell animation back foot shots are all good. He has a pretty wide range of shots in the leg side for see this. So every shot which are available for the leg side and offside are all available for Maxwell. Back foot shots for offside, if I bowl it say really wide, you have the shot for third man, you have the slash over the point region. See that shot? That shot is also there with Maxwell, which he plays really well than other animations. If someone is looking for what kind of animations to select for career mode or other stuff, Maxwell animation is definitely one which you can go for. The range of shots, the kind of shots you can hit, the power generated, the momentum of the shot basically, because regardless of what animation you are gonna have, the skill sets are gonna come in use, right? So the fluency of the shot and the power generated because of the high bat lift, for those shots, you can get the power generated pretty well with Maxwell animation. So now coming on to Warner animation, my favorite animation in this game, because of the crunchy shots he can execute in the range he has. Yeah, in comparison with other animations, this animation has a very very limited amount of areas you can play, and when you play those areas you get rewarded really well. So with Warner, main areas: square region, mid wicket region, extra cover region, and cover region. So let's see that the angle of the bat comes very straight, that you can cover the line pretty well with this animation. That's the reason I love this animation, and Warner animation is one of my favorite animations in this for career mode. I've been playing a lot with Warner animation. Recently I changed to the generic style just to bring in a variety, but with Warner animation what you get is a range of shots which are basically very disciplined shots. Why I'm saying disciplined is, you can't go for all the deliveries with Warner animation. You need a kind of discipline where you will not go for all the deliveries, So you have to watch the ball, you have to see what kind of delivery it is, and then play the shot as per the delivery which is thrown at you. So if I play, say for that delivery, if I play the cover drive, the chances of me edging are very high, because the thing with Warner animation is precision. See that shot? That shot shouldn't have been played because it was coming in. I should have played it towards mid-on region. So these kind of things are very very challenging with Warner. But once you get settled with the Warner animation, the kind of joy you can have with the timed shots now, it's so beautiful, I would say. But yeah, the chances of getting edged, the chance of getting LBW, and not being able to play across all the areas in the in the stadium is there. The challenge with the Warner animation definitely exists, but when you get it right, it feels great. See that shot? The first shot which I hit in the cover region. So with Warner animation what you get is a very disciplined player. I mean, in regards to limited areas. I'm not talking about the areas where he can score. It's about the area where the ball pitches. He can only play so much, you know. If you are aiming beyond that, then the chance of edging gets very high with Warner animation. But the crisp and crunchy shots you get with his animation is something which is so good to see. Let's just try him with right-handed and see how that goes. So again, the ball coming in, he automatically plays a mid-off shot rather than extra cover shot, you know. See, these shots towards the cover region is so good to watch. See that? Wider ball, chase kiya and got out. So that's the thing I was talking about. For Warner animation, I would suggest people who want to play test matches more in their career, for them to get this animation. Why? The reason being, Warner animation automatically brings the discipline. See that ball was there in the 5th stump line, but I played the cover drive because the cover drive opens up the angle, it got the edge. So that's the level of detailing that is there with Warner animation. When you get settled, he is the best batsman to play with, because I have scored tons of runs with him with this animation. And the extra cover and the mid wicket region are his go-to regions because of the angles he gets. But stance, I have already spoken about importance of stance and footwork in this game, and stance is very much important with Warner. So he allows you to get the discipline by leaving the ball, by playing the required shot, by playing to the merit of the delivery, and he makes you play for a longer time because you have to be in that loop of being in the discipline of leaving the ball, playing the right shots and everything. So if you want to get better at the game, I would suggest play more with Warner animation, because once you play with Warner animations, it's basically like getting into the mindset of playing for longer time, because you have to survive with him. You can't just go and play just like that. For the back foot shots, it's very similar to all the shots. You can get the momentum towards the leg side and have the full shot, hook shot going for you. All the things very well timed, and they are very precise shots. That's the thing with Warner animation you get. It's very precise in its approach. In the animation it looks, see that mid wicket region, I mean it's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch, it's beautiful to play, and you get lot of range once you get used to it. You can't play the Warner animation off the go. Like, you have to get used to his animations, any animation for that matter, Smith animation, head animation, whatever. You have to get used to the kind of shots they can play, the kind of areas you can score. Those kind of things has to be taken into consideration, and you should play along with that. Once you get used to that, the timing gets better, the placement gets better, the overall feel of the game gets better. So these are the things for Warner animation, guys. So now coming on to the generic style of animation, I have selected Kuldeep Yadav because he has been assigned to that and batting style. So with what area mainly to be aimed is the front V, the front wider V, mid wicket, extra cover, straight mid on mid off region, then mid wicket region. Those are the areas which you can play a lot with the generic animation. The reason being, the face of the bat works really well with the generic animation. So if the ball is like foolish and you can have the angled bat, I mean it does look weird, but the angled bat takes it to the mid on region. But as far as I have played with this generic animation, I feel that the front V is the area where you can aim for a lot of runs here. And the reason being, with generic animation you have a very vertical bat showing the full face of the bat for the shots you play. So that's the reason you can aim for the front V. If you angle it left or right, then you are in for trouble, because then you are a candidate of edging or getting missing the bat, and those kind of things can happen. But since the bat face is very good with generic animation, you can go for these shots. Yes, obviously you can go for the leg side pull shot and everything. Those kind of things are very common for all the animations. So those things are not an issue. The one issue which you will see with this animation is, if you are playing it wider, very away from the body, then the chances of edging is very high with this animation, because the bat becomes like facing the point region. So the time you have to play the shot is very less. But if the bowler is not that pacey, maybe you can aim for that. But away from the body, it's not something I would recommend you to play a lot, especially in test matches where edges happen a lot, So this animation, the beautiful shots in this animation, I feel, is the back foot punch towards the mid wicket and mid on region. The angle with which it comes, it's beautiful placement, and you get very good amount of runs through that region if you have the proper stance and timing, because he covers the line very well after moving whenever it's required. See that the slight movement towards the offside and played towards the mid on region. That's what you want with such animations basically. So these are the main areas for the generic animations. Alright. Alright guys, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, do hit the like button, share it with others, and comment whether you found this video useful and what kind of animations you like using in the game, because there are people have different approaches while batting in this game, and that's the reason people prefer different animations as well. Like I said, my favorite is always Warner animation. I'm also a fan of the generic animations, back foot shots especially, because the straight bat towards the mid on region is something which I usually like playing. And I hope you guys found this video useful as well. I know it will be lengthy. If you did make it to the end of this video, I really appreciate the time you have taken to watch it, and share it with people guys, and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, because growth needed. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Tata. Bye bye.